Chosen one, the part confusing you is not simply their age. The deeper mystery is what their presence awakens inside you. You feel curious, you laugh freely, you notice possibilities that you quietly buried years ago. Then your mind rushes in. It points to the age difference. It imagines what people might say. It asks whether this person could truly understand what you have carried. Before anything grows, fear builds a case for closing the door. But what if the difference is not the flaw? What if it is part of the assignment? This does not mean every intense connection is sent by God. It does not mean you should chase someone who has not chosen you. Real love still requires honesty, consent, responsibility, and peace. God does not always answer through a familiar form. Sometimes the person who fits your old picture would only repeat your old pain. The unexpected person may appear because your next chapter needs a mirror that reflects life instead of loss. You may carry wisdom they have been praying for. They may carry openness you forgot how to receive. You may show them how to stand steady. They may remind you that being careful is not the same as being alive. Neither person is meant to become the savior. Neither person is meant to become a project. The purpose can only unfold when both people remain honest, equal, and free. That is where connection becomes different from fantasy. So ask yourself one question. Does this connection make you more truthful or more desperate? Does it help you respect yourself or tempt you to abandon your needs? The answer matters more than chemistry or the opinions of people who do not live your life. There is one sign most people miss. It does not appear in the age gap. It does not appear in attraction. It appears in the person you begin becoming when love no longer requires you to hide. Chosen one. Do not rush to name this connection. Do not rush to reject it either. Watch what grows. Watch what becomes clearer. Watch whether both hearts move with courage and responsibility. If you are ready to choose wisdom over fear, say, I choose discernment over fear. Let that decision settle in you. The door does not need to be forced open today, but fear should not be the hand that keeps it closed. Chosen one, your heart may have noticed something before your mind was ready. That is why the resistance feels so loud. One part of you feels seen, another part prepares for loss. This conflict is not proof the connection is wrong. It may reveal where old protection still lives. You tell yourself, you are too old for this. You imagine a younger person will eventually want someone closer to their age. You study your face and body, searching for evidence that hope would be foolish. Fear often disguises itself as logic when it wants control. The sentence, I am too old, may not be a fact. It may be a shield. It protects you from rejection, but it also blocks honest interest. When you reject yourself first, you never discover what another person might freely choose. Your age is not something you must overcome. It carries history, endurance, and perspective. It taught you what chaos costs. It showed you which promises mean nothing without action. Those years become wisdom when you stop using them as a sentence against your future. This is the sacred age reversal. A younger partner may not be pulling you backward. Their presence may awaken curiosity, creativity, and warmth that pain taught you to hide. You are not being asked to imitate youth. You are being invited to recover the life that fear buried. Feeling alive does not mean acting without discernment. It means you stop treating numbness as maturity. You can feel hope without surrendering your standards, and welcome surprise without abandoning reality. Watch what happens around this person. Do you feel pressure to perform? Do you change your clothes, voice, or needs to appear younger? Or do you feel more at ease inside your own years? A healthy connection does not demand a costume. The right person will not require an apology for your life. Difference is not disrespect. Real maturity appears through listening, responsibility, consistency, and the ability to stay present during uncomfortable conversations. Notice how they handle your boundaries. Notice whether words and actions agree. Notice whether they care about your inner world, not only what you provide. Most importantly, notice whether they can hear no without punishing you. That is, the quality chemistry cannot imitate for long. It is emotional responsibility. Attraction may create a powerful beginning, but responsibility determines whether two people can build something safe. Still, secrecy is not the answer. A healthy bond may be private, but it should not be built from shame. Both people must discuss the age difference honestly. Love grows stronger when reality enters the room. Ask yourself what you truly fear. Is it the age gap, or the possibility of feeling alive again? Is it their youth, or the thought that your life may still hold a chapter you never planned? There is also a quieter conflict. Your analytical mind lists every danger, while emotional memory reacts to old wounds. When these forces pull against each other, clarity becomes difficult. Later, you will hear about an 8-minute practice designed to support calmer focus. For now, do not make a promise. Do not create a fantasy. Make one grounded decision. Refuse to treat your years as proof that love has passed you by. Say, "My years are wisdom," not a sentence. Let those words challenge the voice closing doors too soon. You are not trying to become younger. You are learning to become open without becoming unprotected. Chosen one, this connection is not a story about one person rescuing another. You are not here to become their parent, teacher, or provider of every answer. They are not here to repair everything life took from you. A divine purpose cannot grow through dependence, disguised as love. This is the two-way assignment. You may carry a form of wisdom they need. They may carry a form of life you need. Neither gift makes one person superior. The connection becomes meaningful when both people can give, receive, learn, and remain responsible for their own growth. Their gift may be openness. They may see possibilities before fear has time to reject them. They may question limits you accepted years ago. They may invite you into new conversations, new experiences, and a more flexible way of seeing your future. But do not confuse their energy with immaturity. Do not confuse your experience with authority. The moment one person becomes the expert on the other person's life, equality begins to disappear. Love needs guidance sometimes, but it cannot survive imbalance. Ask whether both voices have weight. Can they disagree with you without being treated like a child? Can you express concern without being mocked as old or controlling? Can both people admit mistakes? These questions reveal more than any spiritual sign. A healthy age gap relationship requires adult consent, honest communication, and balanced power. Money cannot become a leash. Status cannot become a weapon. Emotional pain cannot become an excuse for control. Both people must be free to choose the relationship without pressure. The two-way assignment looks different. You bring calm, and they bring movement. You offer perspective, and they offer fresh vision. You help them slow down before a costly decision, while they help you move before doubt closes another door. The exchange must remain alive. It cannot flow in only one direction. You should not feel drained after every conversation. They should not feel managed after every disagreement. Both lives should expand, instead of one life disappearing inside the other. Still, purpose does not always mean permanence. Some connections become lifelong partnerships. Others reveal a lesson, restore a standard, or awaken a part of you that must continue alone. Calling every meaningful meeting forever can make you hold too tightly to what God only asked you to receive honestly. There are practical questions that must enter the room. What does commitment mean to each person? Do you want the same kind of future? How will family, health, work, money, and different life stages affect the relationship? Honest questions do not weaken love. They protect it from illusion. Chosen one, you are not being asked to prove that this person belongs to you. You are being asked to recognize whether both of you can stand beside each other as equals. That is the structure your feelings must be tested against. Remember this, a younger partner is not automatically a divine match. An unexpected connection becomes sacred through truth, freedom, responsibility, and mutual growth. The age difference may attract attention, but the exchange between two mature hearts determines the purpose. And this is where most people make their mistake. They examine the intensity of their feelings, but they never examine the structure holding those feelings. In the next movement, that structure will reveal whether this connection is healthy or only powerful. Chosen one, intensity can feel convincing. It can make every glance seem like a sign. It can make every silence feel important. But strong emotion is not enough to prove that a connection is healthy. A divine match should not require you to ignore reality. It should create more honesty, not more confusion. It should invite responsibility, not excuse inconsistency. The first sign is simple. Peace exists beside the attraction. You may still feel nervous. You may still wonder what happens next, but you are not constantly pushed into panic, chasing, checking, or guessing. The connection has room to breathe because both people are willing to communicate. The second sign is the ability to discuss real life. You can speak about age, family, health, money, work, and the future. You can discuss children if that matters. You can ask difficult questions without fearing that truth will destroy everything. Fantasy avoids practical details. Healthy love brings them into the light. Two people do not need identical plans, but they need enough honesty to know whether their paths can move together. The third sign is that neither person must perform. You do not pretend to be younger. They do not pretend to know more than they do. You can enjoy your differences without turning those differences into costumes. The fourth sign is greater honesty. You speak clearly about what you need. You stop using silence as punishment. You stop creating secret tests. You stop searching for spiritual signs to replace a direct conversation. Truth may feel uncomfortable at first, but it creates safety over time because both people know that affection will not be used to hide avoidance, manipulation, or fear. The fifth sign is expansion. Your world becomes larger, not smaller. You still care for your health, work, friendships, family, and calling. They continue growing too. Neither person must disappear to prove devotion. An unhealthy bond can make isolation feel romantic. Soon, love becomes dependence, and dependence demands sacrifices that truth never requested. Now consider the familiarity test. Some people feel familiar because they create safety. Others feel familiar because they repeat an old wound. The difference is found in what the connection asks you to do. Healthy familiarity lets you become more honest. Wounded familiarity makes you fight for attention. Healthy familiarity allows boundaries. Wounded familiarity treats boundaries as rejection. One creates space, the other creates hunger. You may feel a powerful pull towards someone who resembles the emotional patterns of your past. That pull can feel spiritual because it is deep and immediate, but your nervous system may recognize pain before your spirit recognizes purpose. This is why discernment matters. Do not judge only by chemistry, judge by the fruit. Are you becoming calmer, clearer, and more responsible? Is the other person doing the same? Are both of you free to tell the truth? A skeptic may say that divine language is sometimes used to justify unhealthy behavior. That concern is valid. Spiritual words should never silence practical questions. God does not need confusion, coercion, or secrecy to prove that a connection has meaning. If someone ignores your no, the connection is not safe. If they punish honesty, the connection is not mature. If you must betray your values to keep their attention, intensity is not enough to make the bond sacred. Chosen one, let this standard protect your heart. You do not need to become cynical. You only need to become clear. Love can be unexpected and still be grounded. Say, "I will judge the fruit, not the fantasy." Let those words become your filter. Feelings can open the door, but character decides whether anyone should enter. Even when all 5 signs are present, one old voice may still tell you to leave. It will whisper that you are not enough, and that someone younger could never choose you freely. That voice is where the next battle begins. Chosen one. The next obstacle may not come from the relationship. It may come from the voice inside you. That voice says they have too many choices. It says you cannot compete. It says they will eventually see your age and leave. Fear then offers a dangerous solution. Become more impressive, spend more money, look younger, hide your needs, agree with everything. Keep them pleased, and perhaps they will stay. But love built on performance creates exhaustion. You begin monitoring every word. You study every delay. You reshape yourself around what you think they want, while the person you truly are slowly disappears. This is self-abandonment. It happens when keeping the connection becomes more important than keeping your dignity. You may call it devotion. You may call it patience. But your body often knows when you are betraying yourself. You may change yourself from panic, spend too much, or accept painful uncertainty. You become their rescuer because you fear affection alone will not be enough. Chosen one. You are not competing with every younger person in the world. Love is not a contest where you must defeat endless alternatives. Your task is simpler. Watch whether this person chooses you with clarity, consistency, and freedom. You do not need to convince someone to recognize your value. You do need to live that value. It appears in your boundaries, your honesty, your patience, and your ability to walk away from treatment that diminishes you. Wisdom is not a title. It appears when you love without controlling and care without losing yourself. Ask what happens when you express a need. Do they listen? Do they become defensive? Do they punish you with distance? Their response will tell you whether they want a real partner or only the comfort you provide. Now imagine a different moment. You sit across from this person and say what you truly need. Your voice remains calm. You do not create a test. You do not threaten. You simply allow the truth to stand between you. They may respond with openness. They may reveal that your paths do not align. Either answer gives you something precious. It gives you clarity without requiring you to abandon yourself. That is real power. You can love without chasing. You can receive without begging. You can hope without building your identity around an outcome. The connection may matter deeply, but it does not become your permission to exist. The mind often struggles here. One part analyzes every risk. Another part reacts through old emotional memories. When these parts keep pulling against each other, even a simple conversation can feel impossible. Earlier, you heard about a short listening practice. It is built around an 8-minute auditory sequence designed to support a calmer and more focused state. It is not meant to control another person. It is meant to help create space within your own attention. The idea is connected to whole brain activation, where analysis and intuition may work with less internal conflict. Later, you will hear how that practice works and what makes it different from a common brainwave track. But first, you need the most important test of all. You need to know whether this feeling is intuition or emotional projection. For now, say, "I will not become someone else to be chosen." Let that sentence expose every place where fear has been bargaining with your dignity. You are not trying to hold this person at any cost. You are learning to remain whole while the truth unfolds. That is how love becomes a choice instead of another form of survival. Chosen one, intuition and emotional projection can feel similar at first. Both can arrive quickly. Both can create a strong inner response, but they move differently, and the difference appears when you stop asking only what you feel. Intuition is clear without becoming forceful. It does not need constant proof. It can notice a connection while still allowing the other person freedom. It can accept information that changes the story. Projection demands an answer now. It turns every message or delay into confirmation. It builds a future before two people have built trust. Intuition can survive silence. Projection fills silence with stories. Intuition leads toward one calm action. Projection creates endless checking, searching, and interpreting. One opens awareness. The other traps attention. Ask yourself the first question. Am I observing this person or loving the version I created in my mind? This may feel uncomfortable, but discomfort is not danger. Sometimes it opens the door to truth. Look at what they do. Do actions match words? Do they make time for you? Do they communicate with respect? Reality should support the meaning you give the connection. Now ask the second question. Are their actions consistent with what I believe about this bond? You may feel that God is connecting you, but behavior still matters. Spiritual interpretation cannot replace mutual choice. The third question goes deeper. Is this connection making me more honest or making me negotiate with my basic boundaries? When you excuse disrespect or manipulation, you are not protecting love. You are protecting an idea. Healthy intuition does not ask you to become smaller. It does not tell you to ignore a clear no. It does not demand that you wait forever for someone who refuses to communicate. Truth may ask for patience, but never self-betrayal. Some of you have been here before. You once believed another person was your divine partner. Then it ended, and you questioned your judgment, faith, and worth. Your past does not make you foolish. It gives you information. The lesson is not to believe harder this time. Keep your heart open, while behavior, time, and honest conversation test what you feel. Discernment stays open, but it does not surrender its eyes. This is where reason and intuition must cooperate. Your heart can notice what your mind has not named. Your mind can examine what your heart wants to believe. Neither part needs to become the enemy. Notice your body. Does this person bring steady warmth or constant alarm? Does the connection support daily life or consume it? Your body is not a verdict, but it offers information. Examine the pattern over time. One beautiful moment proves little. Consistency reveals character beyond an emotional peak. Say, I welcome truth, even when it changes my expectation. That sentence is not a rejection of love. It is a refusal to turn longing into evidence. The question may no longer be, is this person destined for me? A clearer question is, am I in a state where I can see what is truly happening? That shift returns power to your awareness. When the mind is divided between analysis and emotional memory, clarity becomes difficult. This is why a short practice, designed to support focused awareness, may help. It cannot decide for you, but it may help you approach decisions with more calm. Next, you will hear about the 8-minute audio practice. You will learn what it supports, what it cannot promise, and whether it belongs in your routine. A divine purpose does not require you to betray reason. It invites your heart, mind, and choices to move together. When truth is welcome, fantasy loses control, and real connection has room to reveal itself. Chosen one, now it is time to close the loop. Earlier, you heard about a short practice designed to support calmer focus. It was not meant to control another person. It was meant to create more space inside your attention. The idea is simple. The brain often processes life through different patterns. One side may lean toward language, order, and analysis. The other may lean toward images, intuition, and broader connections. When these patterns feel divided, decisions can become noisy. The product file describes a method built around whole brain activation. It connects this idea to the split brain research of Dr. Roger Sperry. It is presented as a way to support cooperation between both sides of the brain. This is not medical treatment. It does not replace a doctor or therapist. It cannot make a specific person love you. It cannot guarantee money, romance, or a sudden change in destiny. Before the name is revealed, consider two reported experiences. A nurse from San Diego said she had felt stuck and disconnected. After using the audio as directed, she reported feeling calmer, clearer, and more able to notice choices. A business owner from Houston said his attention had become scattered. After adding the audio to his routine, he reported stronger focus and a greater ability to see possible solutions. These are personal testimonials. They are not guarantees. Your experience may be different, and no single tool should carry the weight of your future. The product is called the Genius Switch. It is a digital audio track built around what the creator calls neural sync technology. The daily practice lasts 8 minutes. You use headphones, close your eyes, relax, and listen. You do not need a complicated ritual. You do not need to repeat a mantra. If you miss a day, you simply return when you can. According to the product file, this is not presented as ordinary brainwave technology. Its stated purpose is to support whole brain activation through a targeted auditory sequence. This does not mean you are broken. It is for the person who wants a simple daily space for focus, reflection, and clearer observation. That matters here. You are not trying to force a younger partner into your future. You are trying to see the relationship without fear, fantasy, or old emotional noise deciding for you. The Genius Switch includes lifetime access. The current pitch price listed in the product file is $39. The list price is $49, and the value anchor mentioned is $500. The purchase includes 4 digital bonuses. They are a guided visualization, a smart grocery shopping guide, a classic manifestation book, and an infographic about 5 habits connected to an ideal future. The product file also describes a full money-back guarantee. Read the official terms before buying. Delivery is digital, so there is no shipping fee. The creator warns that the price may increase. Do not let that pressure you into a rushed decision. Decide whether an 8-minute practice fits your routine and expectations. The product file says it is distributed only through the official website. It is not listed as an official product on Amazon, YouTube, or Spotify. Use only the official link connected to this message. Chosen one. This tool is not the source of your worth. It is one possible support for the clarity you must still practice through honest conversation, boundaries, and observation. If you feel ready, review the Genius Switch through the official link. If you are not ready, continue listening. A calm decision is stronger than a fearful one. Chosen one. The tool you just heard about can support a practice. It cannot replace your responsibility. No audio can have the conversation you are avoiding. No product can set the boundary you refuse to speak. The deeper purpose of this connection is not to complete you. It may be exposing the limits you once called maturity. You learn to expect less and stay guarded. You learn to call distance wisdom because hope had become dangerous. But protection can remain after danger is gone. A wall may save you in one season while becoming a prison in the next. This younger person may reveal where caution has turned into refusal. You are not being asked to become younger. You are being asked to become more honest. You need to stop hiding the part of you that still wants joy, movement, and connection. This is where the sacred age reversal becomes clear. The relationship does not erase your years. It returns access to qualities that pain forced underground. Curiosity and creativity return. The future stops looking closed. Yet real awakening remains grounded. You do not chase. You do not demand a title before trust exists. You do not call the connection divine to avoid hearing truth from the other person. Allow time to reveal character. Allow conversation to reveal compatibility. Allow both people to be free enough that any yes has meaning. Imagine entering a room together without apology. You are not pretending to know everything. They are not treated as shallow because they are younger. Both people can speak and grow without becoming smaller. You offer steadiness, they offer movement. You bring perspective, they bring a fresh line of sight. But neither gift becomes a weapon, and neither person uses difference to claim control. Now imagine what changes outside the relationship. You return to a project you abandoned. You care for your body with more respect. You speak with greater warmth. You make decisions from possibility instead of defeat. The relationship may last for life. It may last for a season. Its purpose is not measured only by duration. Sometimes, purpose is revealed by the person you become after truth enters your life. This is the heaviest lesson. You can love deeply without making another person responsible for your identity. You can receive affection without surrendering your standards. You can remain open without becoming unprotected. Chosen one. The real transformation is not that someone younger chooses you. The transformation is that you stop using age, pain, and public opinion as reasons to reject yourself first. You can say what you need and hear an answer that does not match your hope. You remain whole because your dignity no longer depends on controlling the result. That is the future this connection may prepare you to enter. A future where love does not require panic and wisdom can live beside vitality. If an 8-minute listening practice would help you create quiet space for reflection, review the Genius Switch through the official link. It is a support tool, not a promise of love or a substitute for wise action. Now say, I will not abandon myself to receive love. Let those words settle below the fear. Let them become the standard that every future choice must meet. One final question remains. What should you do when this person appears truly important? The answer is not to chase, and it is not to hide. It is to move with truth, patience, and courage. Chosen one. When a connection feels important, your first task is not to secure it. Your first task is to observe. Let time reveal what emotion cannot prove in one moment. Watch for consistency. Notice how the person behaves when life becomes inconvenient. Notice whether care remains during disagreement, delay, or disappointment. Character often speaks clearly when attraction is no longer doing all the work. The second step is communication. Speak honestly and ask how they understand the connection. Never use God as pressure. Spiritual language must respect freedom. A real yes must be free. A real no must be respected. Honest conversation protects both people from building different futures inside the same silence. The third step is compatibility. Discuss commitment, family, health, money, lifestyle, and future plans. If children matter, bring that truth forward. Love does not become less sacred when practical questions enter the room. It becomes more capable of surviving outside a beautiful moment. The fourth step is releasing control. Open your heart without demanding a guarantee. Trust God without forcing another person to confirm your interpretation. This is where the final sign is revealed. The strongest sign is not chemistry. It is not a repeated number, a dream, or a coincidence. It is the person you begin becoming inside the connection. Are you becoming more honest, calm, and responsible? Are you moving closer to your calling, health, and values? If the connection makes you deceptive, desperate, isolated, or willing to accept disrespect, stop and look again. Powerful feelings do not excuse destructive fruit. A divine purpose should not require you to abandon reason. Sometimes truth leads two people forward. Sometimes it releases them with dignity. Do not chase a younger partner, and do not run from one. Move slowly. Ask clear questions. Watch what remains when fantasy becomes quiet. Now let us close with prayer. God, remove the fear that causes this chosen one to reject love before truth can appear. Give them clarity to see the real person in front of them, not only the future they hope to create. Give them courage to speak honestly. Give them wisdom to protect healthy boundaries. Do not let age become a sentence against their heart, or a reason to ignore practical reality. Protect both people from manipulation, dependence, secrecy, and illusion. Let neither person become a rescuer, a project, or a possession. Teach them to stand beside each other with freedom and respect. If this connection is meant to last, let it grow through patience and truth. If it is a lesson, let that purpose end without bitterness. Restore what pain buried. Restore curiosity, warmth, and the belief that life can still contain unwritten chapters. Give this chosen one the strength to receive love without abandoning themselves. Let them welcome truth, even when it changes their expectation. Let peace become stronger than fear. Chosen one, say, I receive love with wisdom, truth, and peace. Let this become your declaration, not about one person, but about the way you will enter every relationship from this day forward. Share this message with someone who believes age has disqualified them from love. Subscribe for more grounded spiritual guidance. Remember this: God may not be restoring your youth. He may be restoring your ability to believe that your life is still moving. Do not force the door. Do not hide from it. Walk slowly, look clearly, and let truth reveal the purpose.